Okay. I think what we'll do, we're going to go over a couple of these videos because we're going to be going live. We're going to be playing our game here soon. Okay. But, oh really? Batman or Robin? Interesting. Hold on here. Oh, also, I didn't see your chat, Fontasi. The ideal social society, we'd all have a... Oh, no, you already did say that. I don't know. Yeah, again, I don't know if the Twitch frogs are the best people to run society. Like Fine says, we're all ADHD as fuck. Yeah. So, if anything, I definitely want to recap on some solidarity stuff, meaning talking about the unions that have just been, look, we're in what they call a tight labor market, right? Because in a capitalist society, right, we talk about like the market decides what is valuable, right? And one thing that you're going to see a lot of these rich folk and like CEOs and business owners saying is that, oh, well, we need to cut people off of unemployment. We need to do all this to get them back to work, or no one's coming back to work because they're so lazy, or all these things, right? When the fact is it's a tight labor market, which means it has been determined that what you're paying is not of value, is not of the proper value. And the market is showing you. And that is because people are on strike all over the fucking place. So much to talk about it. And this is really great because it only promotes more unionization, especially if we succeed. I've been wanting to find good ways to like either donate or help out. I'm still looking. If any of you guys find anything like that, it's hard to find like good like places that you know for sure is going to get them the money or like get them supplies. Unions are one way to fight with private tyranny. Absolutely. Collective action and bargaining are exceptionally important, and it shows you exactly how much our worth is. Because when you all just stop, then nothing's going out. The supply chain is slowing down, right? And then they have to make decisions because they're not the ones creating the number of what is excuse me, they're not creating what the value is. They can't. We can, us workers. IWW is good. I don't know if they have a place to donate specifically to them though. As I mentioned before, I've been talking with the IWW for my own job. I don't mind saying it here because I think overall most people don't have my info, but so let's take a look at some of these guys real quick. There's a lot going on. I didn't even know about this one with the CVS. I'm really excited to see that. Of course, Kellogg's. Of course, if you can go without buying some of these products, John Deere's the craziest one right now, and the IATSE, the Hollywood workers. If you can, oops. Damn it.
Hello.
If you can withhold from buying these things or products, good on you. Please do. Obviously, like in general, commodity activism of like not engaging in or buying from somewhere isn't honestly that effective in general. But in this regard, like it's solidarity. We're showing them that we support them, okay? Support the union strikers. So, let's watch some of this.
All these families, but I can't feed mine.
You know, best friend died.
Oh, I did just, hold on. I want to watch this one first.
Who are being offered less
See,
money
the
than
CVS workers win new fair contract.
Who are giving your COVID tests.
During the pandemic, the stores were making a lot of money.
They were making a lot of money in our liquor department, medical supplies, food supplies. They didn't give us anything extra, or actually what we were expecting.
I've had people associated with my store die of COVID. My boss's mother died. I've had cashiers' family members died. I'm the only person in my store who didn't catch COVID last year. This has happened at every CVS.
Let me know if you guys can hear my AC. Generally, my noise gate is pretty good at cutting it out.
CVS will not acknowledge the problem.
I was out full 40 hours and I never did, and to this day.
This is also a cool
I have never
YouTube
gotten
channel. I
that
really
pay.
like him. More Perfect Union. Go give him a sub.
Because I was the first one to get the COVID. They needed to set something up quickly to help me out, but they didn't. And I've been working with them for 5 years. I think that's the very least I deserve.
A lot of times it's understaffed. A lot of times, like I said, we have to do 2-3 things at the same time because we don't have enough people to work.
Literally, sometimes I can't catch my breath of how fast I have to help the customers. It's just me, sir. It's just me, ma'am. So there's nobody. I'm just by myself with 6 or 10 people in line. It's really ridiculous that CVS don't hire enough people.
I have been personally assaulted in my store multiple times, and this goes beyond the fact that 10, 20 times a day I have to ask somebody to put on a mask.
That's nuts, dude. That sucks. In a fucking pharmacy. Not for just Southern California
every
workers.
appointment you confirm,
like 5-cent
every line
raise,
you
by the way. Fucking, oh, that'll be good enough. That'll help pay for rent, right? That's worth the fucking like COVID risk, right? 5 fucking cents. Jesus, dude. What do these people think that what do they think that they are doing or running? People have been are so desperate for a job or money in this. By the way, I'm sure many of you have heard there's literally no middle class anymore. Especially over this COVID, literally all of the wealth is being hoarded by the top 1%, more than half of it within the country. That's insane. I think it was like 60 or 70% actually. But people are so desperate that they know that like, oh, just comfortable enough, right? And that's kind of the whole point. If they can keep you just comfortable enough, you won't complain, right? Oh, it's okay. We bought pizzas. We got you an Amazon gift card. Oh, like anything that they can't. This is why they fucking freak the fuck out with unions, by the way. And it's because they actually have power. And they try every little moment to convince you that it's just not worth it. No, don't worry. We're a family here, guys. You know, shit like that.
Facilitate every vaccination you provide. You are bringing an end to the greatest health crisis in our lifetime. And we are so proud of you. So proud that we could give you a hug. Thank you.
5 cents.
That's CVS.
Is really
Jesus.
a joke.
That is a
Because
joke.
They have made way more money than in previous years.
It's the highest profit the company has ever made. The company has risen to the 4th largest company in America by volume. Nevertheless, despite the fact that this growth has taken place on the back of workers who have risked their lives every day.
Taken on the back of workers. Remember, labor is value. There would be nothing. Like, I know Marxists, we say this shit like all the time, but like, it's such a simple equation. Nothing's being built if no one's providing labor over it. Nothing is being transported. Services given if no one's doing it. CEOs are not the ones going out there fucking doing this work. But no, they're the ones that are worth it, right? What about their sacrifice or their investment? It's bullshit. What about the investment of the worker? Putting in all their time to potentially just lose their job. And in many places they can, just like that. that easy. It's just nuts. To get
Pandemic.
paid
What
nothing.
CVS has been saying is that they can't afford it. They can't afford to give us
Sure.
the raises that we deserve. Where's the money going? We would love to know. Because it's certainly not going to the workers.
$3 raise, but that's like nothing too.
We need to support our families. We have our kids at school. We need to work. We need to buy supplies, food. Everything is expensive. And whatever they're paying is not enough.
There is nobody on the bargaining committee, there's nobody who works for CVS that doesn't want this company to succeed. But we would like to see them share some of that success. That success was built on our hard work. It's built on us risking our lives every day.
But yeah, no, solidarity with our boys and girls and MBs at CVS. Like, I do want to watch this later. Actually, here, let me just do this real quick.
So we're gonna have a conversation.
Anna Kasparian, she's beautiful. She's a lovely lady. All right, hold on. So much to go over. Okay, so talking about the IATSE folks is these, to give an idea too, as someone that wants to work in film, does film studies, enjoys film production. When people hear like people working in Hollywood, and they've More Perfect Union also had a good video on this, and potentially we can watch that as well if we have time, because we're going to be starting around 7-ish, right? So very shortly. These are like what they call below the line people, the wage laborers, right? People often think about like, oh, Hollywood movies, and they like to think about directors and producers and stuff, but like grips are a thing, right? Grips are people that work with lights and set up these large lights, balancing them on with like sandbags and doing all this work to get the lighting just correct. And these are long fucking days. And a lot of these people have been talking about like 16-hour days with like no breaks, because what they can do is like, oh, well, we're not gonna give you your lunch, but we'll just pay it off, which they could do legally, right? Insane. These people have been working so much, and electricians are a big part of this as well. People don't understand the amount of like laborious work that's involved with filmmaking, and this is like a huge, I think it was 15,000 or something like that, 10,000 strike. It's huge, and huge for the industry. And apparently an agreement was reached to avoid the strike.
Down is on, with thousands of behind-the-scenes film and television workers on the brink of an unprecedented strike. Preparations already underway. The union IATSE at odds with producers over demands for more reasonable hours, meal and rest breaks, along with better benefits and wages. If a deal is not struck by late Sunday night,
it would shut down production throughout the United States.
That's a big deal.
Agreed.
the film Black Panther 2 and TV shows like Jimmy Kimmel Live and La Brea among the many productions that could come to a grinding halt, which may mean delays or reruns. That's because IATSE members range from camera operators to set designers and hair and makeup artists. 60,000 workers that could serve a second blow to an industry.
Thanks, Hogs and Men, for joining the Discord, by the way.
Pandemic.
Tens and hundreds of millions of dollars of business on the line. So, I mean, it's a quite high stakes thing.
Still, the potential strike met by resounding support.
I'm not nervous about the strike. I'm excited.
They're frequently on call at insane hours of the night and all throughout the weekend.
The Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, which includes part of our parent company, NBC Universal, says it deeply values the crew members and is committed to reaching a deal that could carry ripple effects well beyond Hollywood, as a wave of labor workers nationwide demand change in what's now being called Striketober.
They're saying to the producers,
Striketober, guys.
the networks,
you're making a lot of money.
And I think this is what we'll call some of the future streams as well, because this is something I want to continue talking about. Collective action and direct action like this are so important, and people like, and it's not always just unions, right? And this is something that we should all want to do more. I need to do more. I'm working on doing that more. But is like, when we talk about being involved in politics or like fighting for something, you know, we talk about like, oh, what, just vote harder? Obviously you can't just do that. You have to make, as what they call in politics, coalitions. You have to get people together and push for something, get political prominence and push. And one form of that is unions, right?
Why aren't we seeing much of it?
Emily is in Los Angeles. Where do negotiations stand right now?
Jose, negotiations could go on for hours and late into the night, but we are hearing that some progress has been made and a deal may be in sight. Sources telling us both sides understand the immensity of what's at stake. Jose?
No, that's awesome. No, I'm very happy, dude. This is another thing we can look at real quick, but and then on to our boys and girls and MBs at the Kellogg's plant.
Yeah, sorry, not my problem. That's yours. We got cereal to make.
Hold on.
We feed all these families, but I can't feed mine.
You know, best friend died. Yeah, sorry, not my problem. That's yours. We got cereal to make.
Jesus. Yeah, that sounds about right. Get back on the fucking line, dude. I don't care. Right?
We work 7 days a week. We are literally scheduled 7 days a week.
For any time that someone would feel sick or whatever, they want you to use your vacation days as opposed to having sick days. And again, in working excess of 120 days in a row.
Yeah, record profits. Remember, most companies did exceptionally well during COVID, but the workers did not. Let that seep in. People love to talk about like, well, maybe they should get a different job. Maybe they should be more educated. Maybe they should do all these things. But motherfucker, these guys are making so much fucking money. More than most, like the richest people got way richer than they ever have this last fucking year. And we can't just, oh, well, maybe they should get a better job. Mother bitch ass, dude, like they're gone. If these workers leave, then they don't have anything else, okay? Those people aren't fucking rich anymore either. Well, they will be, but you get what I mean. They have nothing without you. Remember that. And also, like, at your job, like, especially if you're a wage slave, like hourly, right? And I've been working on this too. You know, it's different if you're like very passionate about it, and then good. But if you're not, like, dude, do the fucking bare minimum. I know that like people are like, oh, it's like, no. You know, if you're making the money that you need, maybe whatever, get a promotion, whatever else, do what you need to do to keep your job, but nothing more. Because like this whole like we're family nonsense is bullshit, because you're gonna be gone like that if we don't have enough cash, or mainly what they're going to try to do, as any business tries to do, which is the opposite of what a laborer wants, right? Which is they want you to be the most productive in as many hours for they can for the least amount of money they can pay, right? Because that's what it's about. It's about profits, right? Whether that's going to be you getting laid off because they don't have enough money, a reason to fire you, whatever they want, it doesn't matter. Don't fucking put all your effort into some job that they don't care about you as much as they want to tell you they do. Maybe some of those people there do. Maybe some of your managers like that you're close with, especially if it's a smaller workplace, some of that's cool, but don't believe the fucking we're a family rhetoric, okay? Because at the end of the day, you're expendable.
$400 million in profit.
I'm going to be running the
on cereal
ads in about
alone
10 minutes. As you see, there's, as always, there's the ad blockers that you can use. I just want to let you guys know now.
You can walk in and tell us we're going to give you less.
That way we can turn the pre-rolls off.
Here, you get a point. If you get a point, you can get
10
suspended.
years,
you
dude,
know
at
what I mean?
Kellogg's.
So we got no choice. You have to be here. But it's just killing us.
You know, you can't even now go in there and tell them that your aunt passed away and you need a day off. They'll tell you to call in or use a vacation day.
So in order for me to get a day off, someone else is working 16 hours. Very often, we don't even know that we have to work 16 hours until 10 minutes before it's time to go home. If you have dogs, if you have kids you have to pick up from school, if you have other obligations, I hope you have somebody to call because you have to stay. They could tell me at 10:45, Heather, you're forced over, you have to stay. So then I'll work that next shift. At 6:30 a.m., I can go home. But then my regularly scheduled shift starts at 2:30 the next day. So there's 8 hours off in between, and that according to them is plenty.
Yeah. One thing that is going on with my job that I don't really like either, motherfuckers do what they call a clopin or close open, where I get off around like 1 or 2, and then this was Friday, then I got home because I'm an hour away by train. And then I got home, was up for a little bit, because I don't want to go immediately to bed when I get home generally. And then I woke up and had to leave at like 9:50 to get there by 11, so that I could work till like 7 p.m. and get home by 8. Like, it's insane. Don't give them all your time. Like, your time is so much more worth it.
They want to take our cost of living away. They want to take our vacations. They want to take our holiday pay away.
They want to take away any kind of ability for new people to come in to have what we have.
We're done, just giving up concession by concession. We're done being bullied by a company that makes millions and millions and, gives out billions of dollars in dividends.
Supposed to eventually become legacy employees with full benefits.
That direct path to full-time employment, these transitionals never saw it.
Being a transitional, we pay for our health care. Our wages are different. We don't get a pension like everybody else does.
There is no difference between the guy that works right next to me tomorrow or 10 years from now. There's no reason why that guy should have a lower benefit level, a lower retirement level than what I do.
Threatening the livelihood of future Kellogg's employees.
That's why we are striking, because we want the better pay, pension for everybody. It's not for only one group.
I have this job because people like my dad that worked here before me for 34 years didn't give up stuff coming in.
And it's only been getting worse and worse as they stripped unions of power.
We're just kind of looked over. You're a number.
We hear every day, and then today they're trying to tell us we make too much money.
They want to complain about what our wage is, and they want to talk about what our wage is. Well, if you didn't make me work every single Saturday and Sunday, if you didn't make me work every single holiday, my annual income wouldn't be at these levels that you don't want to go spread around like it's a bad thing.
The contract...
Also, by the way, unions are not just about your pay, right? Because stupidly, healthcare is attached to your fucking job in America, but it's about healthcare. It's about pensions. It's about days fucking off, like reasonable hours, breaks, and then negotiating your wages. It's about advocating to be a fucking human.
It doesn't lend itself to future generations of sustainability here. I'm second generation, my father worked here, I'm not the only one. It's kind of a way of life, and we don't want to rob that from the next generation.
We've been asked about how long we're willing to fight, and at the end of the day, it's going to be one day longer than they are.